such a long ways from home. Well, welcome to Freedmen's Town. I am the wife of the Right Reverend John Henry. Oh, I'm sorry, you know him as Jack Yates. My name is Harriet Willis Yates, and Jack and I moved to Houston, from Gloucester, Virginia, so long ago. But we are so proud of our city, and we love our Texas.
I've got the feeling, come back to me.
And here's your host, Chelsea Edwards.
Welcome to another episode of Chat with Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. Today we are celebrating Juneteenth with joy, culture, and incredible guests. You just heard from one of them, Kijana Wiseman, actress, singer, storyteller, all-around talent, and you just fed my soul with that song that you sung. So thank you for coming on Chat with Chelsea.
Good to see you, Chelsea.
Oh my goodness, come have a seat, please. That is an incredible dress there. So you bring historical figures and people to life. Tell me about some of the roles that you've played.
Well, there was a newspaper article once that said that I'm a canvas that I paint people on.
I love that.
And normally I do a one-woman show where I become 13 different characters.
Wow. Wow.
Well, it's a time travel adventure.
Okay. That takes a lot, though. It must take a lot.
Oh, no, it is so much fun.
Nice.
Because I move them from Africa to America through Black music timeline.
Wow. Okay.
But I will be doing that at another venue later this month. But right after COVID, the museum, Sam Houston Museum downtown had the city lights was opening up again, and people were just beginning to come out, and I was so bored.
Okay.
Because,
so many
entertainers couldn't do anything. So I volunteered to go down and I pulled my sound system and put on a head mic, and I just walked around and sang Christmas songs.
Wow. Did somebody come out and say, "Hey, you know what? Let's give you a show"?
That's pretty much what happened about a year later when they first brought it, when the Houston Heritage Society decided to do an elevated tour of the homes that were part of the memory for our people.
Okay, so one of your main goals is to help educate people about their history.
Right.
Why is that so important for you?
I'm a griot. Which the griots were the world's first entertainers, educators, and the first 6 o'clock news.
Oh, wow. I love that. Okay.
Griots would go from village to village. They had about a 25-mile radius that they went to. No mass communication or social media. But they would go, and they were the ones who would sing the songs of the lineage of the people. Wow. And this started off in Africa. And I guess in many ways, in the Bible, I think it's in Genesis or Exodus, there's this man begat this man begat this man. That is the song of a griot. Because a griot would construct this music that would sing the lives and the lineage of the chiefs of each of the villages.
Oh, okay. See, I usually skim through that part of the Bible. I love that you actually bring it to life.
But what we do at the Houston Heritage Society at Sam Houston Museum, right next to City Hall, is I come on there's a tour called an elevated tour.
Okay.
And I come on stage on the plantation home, and I'm sweeping and I'm singing that song, "Oh Freedom," as people walk up, and then I stop as the tour group kind of pauses, and I sit down and I sing, "Sometimes I feel like a motherless child," at which point I'm asked what's wrong, and I tell them about how someone has stolen, how Master has taken my 11-year-old daughter and took her to another plantation.
Have you done opera before?
I used to sing with the Houston Symphony.
Wow, incredible.
I sing in 7 languages. Last week I did the opening for the Houston procurement connection last month for Asian Pacific Month. I opened it up with a Japanese song. Yeah.
7 languages.
I was
That's
celebrating
incredible.
Asian Pacific Heritage Month.
Wow, so you like I can do all the months basically. So how did you get started? I mean, you have so many gifts. Did the acting come first, or was it the singing?
Actually, I was a gifted child, so I'm a confused adult.
Okay.
I started off, actually, I integrated the Alley Theater in 1955.
How did you do that?
Well, I was already performing. I started performing when I was 3 or 4 with a gospel quartet. My father was a bass baritone, and to keep my mother from going crazy, he would take me with him, and then we would do duets at these different churches. But I've always had music in my life, and when I was in the 5th grade, the Alley Theater decided that it was not 5th grade, 1st grade, when I was 5. The Alley Theater decided it was time to integrate and not use blackface anymore. So they interviewed like 200 kids and took about 20 of us, and I was one of those. And then I won the role of Pinocchio in the first integrated Pinocchio cast in Houston.
Wow.
I was Pinocchio.
Yes, they had to give that to you.
You should have seen the people's faces when I first stepped off the stage and off the podium and looked up at my Papa Giuseppe and the audience went, "Oh, that's a colored child,
a little black girl."
No, they didn't say black back then.
They said colored.
This is 1955.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And he just looked at the audience and said, "He's made of ebony wood."
Yeah. I love that. I absolutely love that. Now, you just celebrated a birthday recently as well.
Yes, I did.
Okay, the folks aren't going to believe how old you are. If you
well, I mean,
share.
I just told them I was 5 in 1955.
So y'all can do the math. Or
yeah, I just turned 76.
Wow.
I can't believe 4 years I'll be 80.
Wow.
But I still have this passion because music is not something that you Willie Nelson's still performing, and he's like 96 years old now.
Oh yeah, and that's going to be you too. Can't stay away from a stage, and we need more of it.
Let me finish telling you what else happens after the tour leaves the plantation home. I call it from tears to cheers.
Okay.
Then I meet them at the Jack Yates house after they've gone. I've changed clothes out of the slave costume, and I meet them as the wife of the Right Reverend Jack Yates.
Nice. Okay, well, we have a couple more of your friends who are a part of this as well, so they're going to come on. We'll talk all about that. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more of our Juneteenth special. Welcome back. We believe it is important to honor Juneteenth in many ways, including with meaningful conversations. So joining me now, we've added to our list of exemplary guests. We've got Deveron Yates. You are the great-great-grand nephew of Reverend Jack Yates, who was a former slave but became a prominent community member, and we'll get more into that. And we also have Allison Bell, Executive Director of the Heritage Society. And you all know Miss Wiseman, who started this show off for us. All right, so tell me the connection, what's bringing us all together for Juneteenth.
Sure. So we are the Heritage Society at Sam Houston Park, downtown Houston, and we just happen to have 3 houses that are UNESCO designated as sites of the Slave Memory Project. So a couple of years ago, we were approached by Visit Houston, the arm of Houston in downtown, and they wanted to amplify our already Black History Tour and bring it to more to life. And that's how we got Kajana involved with her beautiful voice.
Yes. And storytelling too, yeah.
Yes, and so every year, June is our busiest month because we offer Juneteenth tours all all month long.
Yes.
And so we've got tea cakes. I'll tell you more about tea cakes when we talk
red
next.
soda water.
And the red punch.
Oh, sorry.
And then of course Deveron is a Yates descendant, and he was on our board a couple of years ago, and we got to know him and his family, and so we are all kind of connected that way.
Yes. Now, Deveron, your great, is that the right amount of greats? Great uncle?
That's correct.
Yes. He was just a huge figure, I would say, in the Houston community, but also beyond. So how would you describe his impact for folks who may not be in our area, who haven't heard the name before?
Yeah, so what's interesting is I really didn't know the impact until I moved to Houston back in 2008. I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
And Jack Yates is from Gloucester, Virginia. And that's where my dad grew up. And what's interesting in terms of impact, I actually got introduced to the Heritage Society and the history of Jack Yates through genealogy test.
Oh, wow.
When I served on the board for Project Row Houses for 10 years. And as I got a chance to obviously get immersed into the culture with Martha Whiting Goddard, I started to understand more the impact that Jack had on the community, and I mean, whether it's religion, faith, education.
He really pushed for education.
Oh, totally. And then, I mean, just to preserve the house, which I'll talk more about later, there's a lot of connection between the structure of the house in Houston and the connection to the structure that my father grew up in.
Yes.
Which ties back. So there's a lot of influence that, not just family, but that has impacted the entire city.
Well, let's get into that, because a well-known school is named after him. But this house was it the first two-story house?
Private residence.
Two-story private residence. Was that period or by?
In Freedmen's Town.
In Freedmen's Town.
Yes.
So at the beginning of the show, you did say, "Welcome to Freedmen's Town,"
right?
And we highlighted Freedmen's Town last year for our Juneteenth special. But let's do a refresher on that. Allison, tell us a little bit more about Freedmen's Town.
Sure. So the Heritage Society is actually in the 4th Ward. As you know, Houston used to be referred to as wards, and it's so ironic because we still use those terms.
Yes.
So we are in the 4th Ward, and you can literally see Freedmen's Town across 45. So we have a deep connection with them, and 2 of our homes, our historic homes, came from Freedmen's Town. The Reverend Yates home and another home that we have called the 4th Ward Cottage. It's a small is it shotgun house that has an interesting history as well, and they're right next to each other. So we offer the tour that begins at a plantation, and our tour is called From Plantation to Emancipation. What did you call it? Happy to
From tears to cheers.
Tears to
So
cheers.
starting when they were enslaved and built this historic plantation home out of bricks. He was a brickmaker. And then you go across the street and when they're freed, and it's a very emotional story.
Man, Kijana, what is it like walking people through that?
Oh, it is so amazing. It's cathartic, actually, because I get very involved in any character that I do. And the character of the enslaved mother who's lost her 11-year-old daughter to another plantation just tears my heartstrings, and it's easy for me to get to feel what she felt. I mean, imagine if someone took your 11-year-old from you and you could not do anything, and this child is just beginning to reach puberty. You know, this is it was devastating for her, and I could feel that story, and it's a real story that Martha Whiting Goddard managed to pull out of actual texts. So what I'm doing is I'm channeling the history and the emotions of the people. So as unhappy as the plantations portion of the program is, after they leave the shotgun house, you know why they call them that, right?
Because you could just
shoot a gun and go all the way through the right. After they leave the shotgun house, then as they're walking, they hear me doing Amazing Grace as I walk out on the porch. porch and discover them and say, "Oh, welcome to Freedmanstown." In fact, there was a Canadian journalist who came who thought I was two different people.
Oh yeah, just the outfit change.
But there's such a contrast.
Yeah.
Because in many ways I am two different people, and it's okay because I have to be the real person for them because it's a living exhibit.
Yeah, you are definitely bringing all of this to life.
Oh.
You have some famous blood running through you as well.
Well, a little bit. They didn't know it at the time when they hired me.
Yeah.
But I'm the great granddaughter of General Sam Houston through his daughter Virginia, and I'm also the great granddaughter of Sam Houston's physician, who was the richest landowner in Walker County at that time, Dr. Pleasant William Kittrell.
Wow.
So Sam's grandson married William Kittrell's granddaughter, and so they were the ones who were responsible for the first public school for black children in Walker County, and so I've inherited that, and I'm maintaining it right now.
Now, what does it mean for you both to have this excellence running through your bloodline, and what kind of responsibility comes with that?
I think that's a great question. Once again, you're looking at half of my life has already been lived without knowing the connection. And when I made the connection, I've been fortunate enough to get involved with the Heritage Society. And I think at the time my son was 6 years old when I brought him to the first, just giving some education and background on the history of the house. And so since then he says, "When are we going to see great-great-granddad?" He doesn't use the uncle part. And so, I mean, that's a responsibility to pass it down to the next generation.
Exactly.
Right? That's one part of it. And once again, I just highlight not my family, but the community overall. Because when you think about preservation, the experience and the opportunity that I had to bring my father to this house from Virginia, to walk through the house and say, "This is exactly how we grew up. This is what my mom used to, bake and make breakfast," and see himself in that house. The Bible that sits on the bed reminds you how important faith is. The fact that at that time, can you imagine, 1800s to get from Virginia to Texas, and to go back into slavery, right? The education, the decision, they didn't just build a house all at once like we do today. He built it on a budget. And so when you talk about responsibility and history, I think one is passing on the legacy, and then the other is what we're doing today, educating the community, educating everyone about, hey, this is not just our history, it's everyone's history. And it's important to reserve that and reflect on that.
This is why
For me, it's grounding.
Yeah.
Because I've always known, pretty much my family lineage, because everyone in Huntsville knew it,
Yeah.
And I spent my first few years in Huntsville as a toddler, riding horses and hearing the stories around the spittoon. But once I became an adult, my mom spent a lot of time preserving the Rosenwald School there, which was their oasis of education, because there was no other school in Walker County that was a public school that children could go to for free.
Yeah.
And so my great-great-grandfather put that together, and I feel a need to continue that legacy and to preserve it for future generations.
Yes, thank you both for doing that, spreading the word and keeping that history alive. Now, Allison, where can people find out more information about Juneteenth celebrations y'all are doing, and really year-round? Yeah.
Sure. Our website is heritagesociety.org/Juneteenth. We'll take you to the Juneteenth page. So we do offer tea cakes and tours every Saturday. We have tea cakes brought in from Miss Myrtle's Bakery on Emancipation Avenue.
Okay.
And we offer those, and the Red Punch, which has a history as well, deep history, both those two items. And we offer those every Saturday, but we are year-round Black History tours, and then and Kajana's tour is second and fourth Saturday during the year, but she's always very generous with her time. And if we get a special, we have a family reunion coming up in July, and they've requested Kajana on a Friday. So we're loving that she's getting us out.
And then
there
are special tours. Like last year, we had at least one tour from South Asia.
Yes.
Wow. And I think we had another one this year.
Because we partner with Visit Houston, and they bring us all kinds of visitors from all over the world.
Amazing, amazing. We have so many ways to honor our heritage and learn more. You guys, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
The only thing we missed was watermelon. Gotta get watermelon.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Put it on the list.
I'm just saying.
Thank y'all so much. You guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and our Juneteenth show will continue with some dance. Y'all ready to dance? Yeah.
Come back to me.
We can't celebrate Juneteenth without a little rhythm. So before we get into the dance, we've got the creator, director, genius behind Studio V Dance, Ashley Bias here. We've got your dancers. We've got a couple of instructors as well. Yes. Thank you for coming on Chat with Chelsea.
Thank you.
Yeah, so tell us all about Studio V.
Studio V is a competitive and non-competitive dance studio out in our Houston area. We offer all styles of dance, from ballet. We've added tap this year.
Nice.
We have jazz, hip hop, lyrical, you name it, at the studio.
And you're taking your ballet to the next level.
We are.
Well.
We were able to get our first girls on point this year. We actually just had our first dancer, Nyla. Got fitted for her point shoes last weekend.
Congratulations, Nyla.
Yeah, so all of them have moved up. So we offer pre-point and point classes now. So we're really excited about that this year.
Yes, and you just celebrated 14 years.
Yes, May 5th.
Wow,
Yes.
you got special recognition for that as well.
Yes, we have our own day in the city of Houston. Studio V Day is on May 5th.
Wow, congrats on my birthday. I don't mind sharing, okay? You also do camps as well?
Yes, we offer two types of camps. We have camps for our high school students that are maybe part of their high school drill teams. We offer Technique Thursdays on Thursday. So every Thursday we have a guest instructor come in. We offer different themes. Today is our hip hop. Then we did HBCU style dance. We'll offer contemporary, different themes each Thursday throughout the summer. And then for our younger kids, we offer a week camp in June, also in July, where they come in, they learn turns, leaps, jumps, all the different technical skills throughout the week.
Wow, and your girls are really talented. You have
Yes.
Aubrey here.
Yes.
Aubrey, how long have you been dancing?
I have been dancing for 6 years.
6 years. I feel like that's your whole life, but okay. What does dance do for you? How do you feel when you dance?
Dance is a way for me to express the way I feel when my words can't.
That is so beautiful. I love that. Wow. Okay, so since this is a Juneteenth celebration, Ashley, what does it mean for you when it comes to honoring our heritage and legacies through dance?
To piggyback off of Aubrey, it's a great way throughout history. Our ancestors, we've always expressed ourselves through movement, through dance. So it's good to see the girls be able to come in to have an outlet that they're able to express themselves, whether they're sad, they're happy, they're angry. There's a form of dance that channels all of those emotions.
Wow. Well, I can't wait to see it. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, y'all are going to break it down for us, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, guys, we'll be right back. Right back after this.
Come back to me.
you to Studio V. Thank you to the Heritage Society. You guys go over to YouTube right now. Look up Chattin with Chelsea. Subscribe, like, watch all our videos. We're trying to get some reparations. Keep up with us on social. Chelsea Fox 26. Find us there, and we'll see you on the next Chattin with Chelsea.